friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome to my first TBR of 2025. I am so excited for 2025 and all that it has to bring, but I am shocked that we're already in our first month of the new year. This is crazy. I'm so excited for it and I hope that this is going to be a cursor for how the year is going to go. Hopefully, crossing my fingers, I can get a good TBR for the first year and it could be just good vibes from here on out. So if you guys have never seen my TBRs before, I use the Fairy Loot Tarot deck to pull tarot cards that have an assigned prompt, and I use that prompt to pick books off of my TBR. And this is not an original idea. I always leave a playlist down below of other people that do this idea as well. And this year, I decided to change it up just a little bit. Previously, I would pick all of my books beforehand and pick the cards beforehand and then sit down and film it in, two separate chunks. And I decided to change it up a little bit this year. I wanted to feel a little bit more like a TBR jar, give myself some options, and pick books on the spot. So let me know what you guys think of the change up of the format of the TBR video. I would love to know what you guys think is more fun to watch, and then I can do whichever one you guys prefer. But I figured for the start of the new year, I can change it up and do something different, and hopefully it'll be fun and exciting for you guys. So I will leave a playlist down below of all of my TBR Tarot TBR games if you guys would like to watch those or see how I play, but the rules are pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to start off with 8 pulls. I was going to say 8. That's not right math. I'm going to start off with 8 pulls. If I get a pull from last October, since I didn't do a TBR Tarot in November or December, then I will have to pull an additional prompt. And then if I pull consecutive numbers or consecutive suits or consecutive major arcana cards, then I will have to add an additional pull as well. So it could be quite a lengthy TBR if the gods are not on my side, but we shall see how that all plays out. I'm going to go ahead and pull from my subscription box little jar here. If you guys watched November and December, you guys saw this. It just has books that I got in subscription boxes or pre-order incentives that I am trying to push myself to actually get done. So I'm going to pull 2 of these. If I can fit them into my TBR, great. If not, great. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and pull number 1. Okay, I pulled How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Secrets, but I actually read that in December, so that one gets to get pulled out. Let's pull another one. Pulled 2. Okay, this one is written in, so I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It's the Book of Asriel. I do have that on my 25 and 2025, so let me pull that. Okay, I was able to pull it. This is one that I have been very excited to get around to, but I was waiting for my special edition to come in, and now that I have it, I decided to put it on my 25 and 2025 with the hopes that I can finally get around to this chunky adult fantasy romance. I don't really know anything about this, but it is one that I am excited to read. It does say on the bottom here, now enemies older than time must put aside their differences and work together in hopes to save both their world and every realm in between. Interesting. I kind of want to go in a little bit blind for this one. I'm excited to get around to it. This special edition is absolutely stunning, so hopefully I love it. I'm not going to put it at the top for now because if I can fit it into any of the prompts, then I will do so. All right, let's pull number 2 and hope it's another good one because that one was actually very good. I'm excited for that one. No way. What are the odds? The next one that I pulled is Help Me. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Will it focus? I don't know. Help Me Remember. This is another one on my 25 and 2025. What the heck? I packed these in very tightly, so they're very hard to get out, but we have Help Me Remember by Corinne Michaels. This is one that I put on with the intention of reading it because it's a special edition book that I've had on my list for a while, but I just filmed my 25 and 2025 and realized that this is amnesia, which I probably should have realized from the title of the book, but that's not my favorite trope, so we shall see what I think of it when I finally get to it, but I needed the extra push to pick it up, so here it is. All right, and then before we actually get into my pulls for tarot, I did have a reward from last October's reads because I did finish my entire TBR, so let's pull a reward. I could always use one of these to say treat yourself. That means that I can pick a book to swap out for any of the prompts today, and I can treat myself and then read it. So that's amazing. So I will swap a prompt with the treat yourself when I have the opportunity to do so. And without further ado, let's somewhat shuffle the deck because it's really hard to shuffle because there's so many of them, and get into it. Also, while I shuffle these, it's exciting to know that I finally have a full deck of tarot. They're mixed between the 2 different versions that Fairy Loot has done, but it is a full deck at this point, so that's pretty exciting. All right, I feel like that's shuffled enough with some intention. Let's pull out my first pull. We have the Page of Suns. I think that 2025 is going to be good because this is already starting off so well. Page of Suns is not a duplicate prompt, it's actually a brand new prompt, and this is to pick a book off of my priority TBR card, which is sitting right here. I could pick from my 25 and 2025, or on the back of these, I have some priority reads that I absolutely want to get done. So that's pretty freaking exciting. So let's see what I want to pull. Let me pull some options. Okay, there were definitely a few on my list that I am very excited to get to. The first one being The Sacrifice by Chantal Tessier. I've been wanting to pick up the next book in this series, but I need to read this one so I can get to Carnage. So definitely a great pull, but it is quite thick. It's definitely a thick book. Then we have Gold by Irvin Kennedy. This is one that I absolutely know I'm going to read, so it almost makes sense to put this one because I'm so excited for it, and the audiobook drops relatively early in the month, so I definitely want to read that. And speaking of audiobooks, the audiobook for Quicksilver finally came out, and I want to read this ASAP, but I think the one that's calling to me the most is going to be Gold by Irvin Kennedy, which, surprise, surprise, it's another 25 in 2025, which... it's going well. It's going well. I'm doing good already. Let's keep the good vibes going. And then if you guys have never heard of the series, this is the Played Prisoner series. It's book 5, book 4, book 5. I don't know, book 4 or 5 in the series. And this one follows a King Midas retelling of a girl who is absolutely, like, fully gold touched. She is King Midas's favored, and she wants to escape the bonds and the chains that she so willingly put herself in to protect herself. And now it's time to step out of those bonds and chains and find out who she is. And I'm so excited to read this one. The first book was not my favorite, but the subsequent books have been absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to read the next book in the series. I can't stick that one back on the cart at this point, so I'm going to put it off to the side in hopes that we can fit that back on eventually. All right, let's do pull number 2. We have the Knight of Moons. The Knight of Moons is not one that I really wanted, if I'm being honest, and this is Instagram scroll. This could be anything. I like it to be on my TBR, but the options for that are quite endless because I have a pretty substantial TBR, so let's cross our fingers and hope that I get something good. I don't really know how I want to do this. Maybe I will just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I will just scroll on my computer because I don't want to have to do it afterwards. So I wish that I was screen recording this. How do I screen record this again? I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna put it up here. Hopefully you guys can see it. But as you can quite clearly see, the first book on here is the special editions for the Lord series by Chantal Tessier, and this is the first thing I saw. The first thing that I saw. Does that mean that I can read The Sinner? Because if that's the case, I'll cry right now. If that's the case, and it's working out so well for me, I will cry right now. Did I speak into existence? Is it working for me? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it because I need the wins to start out 2025. I need it. All right, that means that I get to pick up The Sacrifice by Chantal Tessier. This is the 3rd full-length novel in the series. I've read 2 full-length novels and a novella, and I'm excited to get around to this one. This one is, I think, following kind of the same style, the same ideals of the other ones, but this was Tyson's story. We've heard a lot about Tyson in the last couple of books, and his story has been so intriguing, so I am literally so excited to read this one. They are very dark. Check your trigger warnings if you're gonna pick these ones up, but the way that I need this immediately in my life right now is sick. All right, the TBR is looking so amazing. Okay, let's pull for pull number 3. So far, so good. Let's do this one. This is the 7 of Pentacles. We're getting all of the random things today, and maybe it's going to go downhill from here, but the 7 of Pentacles is a random emoji generator. So let's see. Okay, again, it's going to be up on the screen. I don't like this. I don't like this, but we're going to do it and see if I can get anything that's even remotely close. If you guys know anything about me when it comes to randomizing, I always do it 3 times. So let's hope that the gods are with me. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What the fuck is that? Is that water? Okay. A book involving water, a book with water on the cover. Let's turn this around and see if there's any... Well, that's going well. See if there's anything else. Because I think I see one that I could read. But I don't know if I really want to put that on my January TBR. But it is on my 25 and 2025. So it could be a good shout. I was thinking of The Silent Water by Brady C. Cherry because it does have water in the title and on the cover. It's probably going to be my best bet. I could look at something else, but maybe I'll just do that and get it over with at the beginning of the year, and hopefully it'll be a good read. These are so hard to get out. I really have to stop packing my TBR cart so full, but alas, here we are. We have The Silent Water by Brady C. Cherry. This is the third book in the Elements series, one that I've been really excited to get to because I've heard great things about this particular book in the series. I read book 1 and really enjoyed it, but then I read book 2 and DNF'd it, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about the subsequent book in the series, and to be honest, I don't know anything about it. So it says, moments. Our lives are a collection of moments, some utterly painful and yesterday's hurt, some beautifully hopeful and full of tomorrow's promises. I've had many moments in my life, moments that changed me, challenged me, moments that scared me and engulfed me. However, the biggest ones, the most heartbreaking and breathtaking ones, all include him. I was 10 years old when I lost my voice. A piece of me was stolen away, and the only person who could truly hear my silence was Brooks Griffin, Jesus Christ. He was the light during my dark days, the promise of tomorrow, until tragedy found him, tragedy that eventually drowned him in a sea of memories. This is the story of a boy and a girl who loved each other but didn't love themselves. Ooh, a story of life and death, of love and broken promises, of moments. Okay, that sounds really, really good. Hopefully, this is the one in the series that is a win for me. All right, so far we only have 25 and 2025 books, which is crazy because 2 of my other books are also 25 and 2025. I told myself it was going to be the year that I read all of those. Am I manifesting so well? I don't know. All right, pull number 4. Ooh, we have the 9 of Moons. The 9 of Moons. Okay, the 9 of Moons is a favorite author. Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. Wow, okay. So I can pick any book by a favorite author. I have so many of those. Kennedy Ryan, Abby Jimenez, why can't I think of anybody now? Catherine Cowles, Devney Perry, Tate James, TJ Klune. I have options, but let me turn this around and see. Every time, is that gonna happen every time? Ooh, Elsie Silver. Okay, I have quite a few options on here. I could do Down to My Soul by Kennedy Ryan, which she's one of my favorite authors. I could do one of the books in the Dark Legacy series by Tate James and Jamin Eve, which I do love Tate James. Or I could do Devney Perry or Elsie Silver or TJ Klune or Anna Huang. But what I actually think I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a book that I need to read for this month anyways, and she is one of my favorite authors, and that is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. We are reading this book in the first week of January and doing a live show on the 8th. Oh, let me double check that. Okay, sorry. I totally got that wrong. It is January 5th on Dana's channel, I'm almost positive, for Part of Your World. This is a reread for me. I have read every book in this particular series, and I'm so excited to reread this one, and it's my favorite author. So it works out. I need to read it. It's actually one I have to read very early on in the month, and I'm excited to get this one on my TBR. This one is the first book in the Part of Your World series by Abby Jimenez, and I just love this one. It is a reversed age gap, small town romance series with a absolutely adorable cinnamon roll male main character, and I just cannot wait to get back to this one. It'll be the first time I've ever reread the series, so I'm excited to get around to the first book and chat about it with B, Karina, Dana, and Tara. And I will, of course, leave those wonderful ladies linked down below, as well as our Instagram, so you can keep up to date on all of the dates and times for the live shows. Pull number 5. So far, so good. We're doing okay. Let me pull from the bottom this time. We're going to do The Lovers. The Lovers is any romance, and because I'm going to be smart, I'm going to pick Help Me Remember by Corinne Michaels. This is the book that I picked for my my subscription box jar. I think it's perfect. It is a romance. I could have picked another book, but I'm trying to be smart about picking books I know I need to read. So this is one that I'm excited to get to, and I'm glad it's on my actual obligatory TBR. Is obligatory a word? Obligatory? Obligatory. That's better. Okay, pull number 6. As long as we don't get a major arcana, we're good. I spoke it into existence. The Tower. This is to read a book with buildings on the cover, and that is a back-to-back major arcana card, which means we had to pull 9 pulls instead of 8. Okay, there was nothing on my 25 and 2025 or my priority TBR that had buildings on the cover, so we're gonna go with some other options. I have The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I have read 346 pages of this book and never finished it, but this is a series that I definitely want to finish in 2025, so should I push myself to read it? Probably, and I actually do remember everything that I've read up to this point in this book, so this might actually be a good shout. We also have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This is one that I've heard mixed reviews about, but it's like a cozier fantasy. I think it's YA, and I have it on my shelf, so I might as well read it. Or we've had one that I've had on my shelves for a really long time, and that is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I do actually have 2 editions of this book. The outside and the inside both have buildings on the cover, but I don't know if I actually want to read this one, so I don't know. I've honestly been putting off all 3 of these books, so it would be great to have any of them on there, but what I think I'm going to do, because I have a lot of other chunkier books on here, I'm going to take this one out of the running for now and pick one of these two. Of the two, Studying and Drowning has been on my TBR for the longest, but between the two, I probably want to read The Spell Shop more, but because of that, I'm going to push myself outside of my comfort zone and pick up A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I don't know anything about this. Let's see. As two rival students investigate the reclusive author legacy, piecing together clues through his letters, books, and diaries, they discover the house's foundation isn't the only thing that can't be trusted. There are dark forces, both moral and magical, conspiring against them, and the truth may bring them both to ruin. Very exciting. So we shall see what I think of this one. Okay, pull number 7 out of now 9. Let's do another pull. We have the 9 of Stars. Okay, the 9 of Stars is a great one because this is a book in a series. So any book that is in a series is a book that I need to read. And I already know what I'm going to pick for this one. I don't need any options. I know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to be putting on Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros for a book in a series. It's the 3rd book in the Imperium series, and it's coming out in January. And you already know I'm chomping at the bit to read it. I'm dropping everything to read that book. So I don't need an extra excuse to put it on the TBR. I was going to read it anyways, but I'm very excited to be able to actually put it on my official TBR. And oh my god, I'm so excited. If you have not read Fourth Wing yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? Read Fourth Wing. It's incredible. It's so good. This is a special edition dust jacket, but it's absolutely amazing. I love this book so much. I loved book 2. I know it's a controversy. Not many people liked it, but I personally loved it, and I cannot wait for book 3. I apologize for all the sound that you guys can hear in the background. I can't control it. I'm just trying to work through it. So let's do pull number 8. Pull number 8. The King of Pentacles. I am telling you, the gods are on my side. The King of Pentacles is a mood read. It's a mood read, people. Let's just give a round of applause for the TBR this month. I am so excited. I'm so excited about this. Let me pick... Never mind. I know what I'm going to read. I was like, let me pick some options. I'm going to pick Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. We just talked about it. I am going to be rereading book 1 and book 2. Book 2. Yeah, great. Book 1 and book 2 in this month, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to reread these and get around to the 3rd and final book. So, not final book, I'm sorry. The 3rd book that's coming out soon. Anyways, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I need a reread. I think I've read this now 5 times? 4 times? I think there's a bookmark in here from when I was rereading it last time, and I never quite finished it. It is also a Fourth Wing bookmark. Are you going to focus? Hello? There. No, it's not going to. But I'm excited to get around to my reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and hopefully I love it. I forgot I have my reward. Should probably use that at some point. Okay, this is pull number 8. Okay, this is our last pull number 9, unless we get a duplicate. Let's see. We have the Knight of Stars. The Knight of Stars is a book involving royalty, and I think the Book of Azrael does involve royalty, so let me see if that's the case. If not... Let's see what we can do. Okay, yes, it says, a myth to the enemy and a savior to the king, to those loyal to him. So yes, it does have a king, it does have royalty, so I'm going to pick The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole, one that I already have to read, and now it's on my actual TBR. Okay, I have a few more books that I have to read this month, so let's go ahead and talk about them very quickly before we close out this video. Of course, I've already said I'm going to be rereading Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, the 2nd book in the series, so this is definitely going on the list. And then, of course, my besties have a read-along that we're doing for Laini Taylor's work, and that is Lindsay over at She's Booked and Busy, Dana over at Dana Ella, and Karina at She's Dreams in Words, and we are reading the 1st book in the Strange the Dreamer duology in January. Very excited for this one. I cannot wait to read this series. It's one that's been on my list for a long time. I do own a physical copy, but it's in storage somewhere, so I haven't quite decided if I'm going to pick up an additional copy so I can read it physically with everyone else, but I am going to be reading this in January. I am very excited for it, and we did pick a date, so let me tell you what that is. Okay, the live show for Strange the Dreamer is going to be on January 25th at 1 p.m. PST, 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST on Dana's channel. I will leave all of those wonderful ladies linked down below, as well as the link to the live show if it's up by the time this video goes live. And you guys can join us on the 25th to talk about Strange the Dreamer. I know so many people have been excited to read or reread this series, so if you are looking forward to joining us, let me know down in the comments below. Okay, so I didn't pick anything for my reward for Treat Yourself, so what I'll probably do is buy Iron Flame and treat myself with that. And what I don't know why I said I'll probably buy it. It's pre-ordered. I'm going to use Iron Flame as my treat myself, and I'm going to read that anyway, so it works out, and I don't have to, you know, completely throw away my reward for the month. So that is my TBR for January. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know if you're also reading Onyx Storm in January, and if you are just excited as I am. I hope that you guys are excited for the 1st month of the year, and I hope that your January TBRs are as good to you as mine was, because honestly, I am very excited about them. I'm going to run through them really quick just so you guys have a clear, concise list of my TBR. We have Gold by Raven Kennedy, The Sacrifice by Chantal Tassir, The Silent Waters by Bernice Icy Cherry, Heart of Your World by Abby Jimenez, Help Me Remember by Corinne Michaels, Study and Drowning by Ava Reed, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, The Book of Azriel by something Nicole, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, and of course Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. So that's my TBR. Let me know down below what you think of any of these ones, and if you made it to the end and know anything else to comment, leave a book stack emoji. That is the end of this video though. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and of course leave any comments, questions, suggestions in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Thanks, baby. Turn it down like a sweet